All right, Kathy's, we are back. It is hump day. It is Wednesday in Los Angeles, California. We finally have a beautiful sunny day. We've had a streak of gloominess in the city.
Yep.
The city is hot right now.
Yes.
So for those that don't know, every year there's a conference in LA called the Milken Institute Conference. I don't know what it's called. And there's a lot of people that come to town in finance. I don't know what the fuck they talk about there, but every rich person in the world shows up.
Well, politicians show up, and it's like people that talk about national security, finance, investing, like you name what's important in the world.
Yeah.
They come to the conference to talk about it.
Yeah. I think they really come to LA to hit the hot restaurants, hot nightclubs. Every place is packed to the brim with people.
Yeah.
If you drive around Beverly Hills right now, so I got invited to a dinner Monday night with Mackenzie, and it was at Crustacean. That place was so fucking packed. The downstairs, another event. Upstairs is where we were. I mean, I ended up parking a block down. Every restaurant packed. People with lanyards and their suits.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're allowed to say it, but I was at the last 2 nights.
Yeah.
Intentionally because I knew everyone will be there.
Slammed.
Yeah. The downstairs, the upstairs, the
when I was leaving
room.
it was about to just explode.
And it was fun because I got to meet or see people that I know that, are just in the industry, and it was fun.
Yeah. I mean, that's what conferences are.
Yeah.
A boondoggle.
Yeah.
The only difference is like one of the dinners I went to, like 50-year-old bottles of wine. Everyone's complaining about the economy. I'm like, well, we're drinking we just had a $50,000 dinner.
So here's my takeaway from seeing Milken, because it was basically the Milken kind of home base after the conference.
Yeah.
I didn't go to the conference, but the ultra high net worth are not suffering at all.
No.
They are having a great time.
Our good friend Anthony texted us. I was texting with him on his birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. And he was flying on Mint, in JetBlue.
Not private?
I guess not. And he said Mint full.
Maybe he's not.
Yeah, Mint is full, coach half empty.
Interesting.
And so it's a really interesting.
I think the takeaway that I get kind of from the people we all know is that the average person is fucked and wealthy are totally fine.
I think the average person was struggling last year.
Yeah.
And it's the tariffs made everyone look at the economy and be like, oh my God, it's slowing. And you add the tariffs, we're going to be in a deep shit. The problem is, I was talking to someone that pulls credit card spend data, and I was looking at it too because I didn't believe it either. Credit card data is saying that spending hasn't stopped. Like the U.S. consumer,
everyone's extending their debt. Yes.
Yeah, and even DoorDash, which we'll talk about. DoorDash said business is great. To me, that's the first thing you cut. But like the fact that you're willing to spend
instead of driving to go and get it.
It's such a premium. Talk about it. DoorDash is the ultimate tariff on the American people.
I agree. You can't get anything on Postmates or DoorDash for under $20.
No, 20, nothing.
Even Subway.
I ordered
Subway. What is a $9 sandwich? It's $20 if you Postmate it.
Yeah, like if you get I got Starbucks the other day when we were at Stagecoach. It was 4 coffees, $40. $40 for Starbucks.
Yeah.
So I think ultimately,
when does that get cut? Because DoorDash is saying their business is great.
So that's the problem. I think if you look at the retraction in the GDP that just happened in the first quarter, that is more a function of things like government spend and other areas of the business. The consumer
does not care.
strong.
Well, the average consumer hasn't felt it yet because they haven't been laid off. They're going to get laid off next week.
Yeah, if they get laid off. But the unemployment, the jobs report last week was on fire. I
saw that. But you don't believe the data.
I don't believe the data. The only data I believe is Visa's credit card spend data. That data I believe. I don't believe I actually think unemployment's much higher.
I think what's going to happen.
And don't forget, the boomers are so rich.
Yeah, they're just going to give their kids money.
If you're a millennial child, your millennial son loses their job, has a wife and 2 kids, they're going to take care of him. They're not going to let them.
But are they going to take care of him to pay for DoorDash?
Yeah, they get an allowance.
I mean, we love our mom, but if I said, hey, I need an extra $10K to cover my DoorDash bill for the year, she's not going to do it.
Maybe, but you wouldn't ask it like that. Mom, I need $2,500 a month to cover my bills. I'm short $2,500 a month. That's how you would do it. That's what's going on. And then how you allocate it, it's like what Anthony Edwards, if you don't know the story, Anthony Edwards got a woman pregnant and he decided to advance 18 years of child support in one check and said, it's your money. You could choose how you allocate it.
And did the mom agree?
I mean, there was nothing to agree. They gave a number.
I mean, he makes $250 million.
So he paid it. And he's like, I don't know if he said these words, but it sounds like he doesn't want anything to do with the child. Right. Okay, so
Ant-Man, Superman, Batman, Lakers in 5.
Yeah.
That was
and he basically said, here's the money. So if there is, here's the thing. When you look at here's another stat to me that tells me there's so much cash in the economy. There's $7 trillion in money market. Money market. That's not all corporate America.
Right.
That is money held by American consumers. And when they need something, they tap it and they go spend it. People saved a shit ton of money the last decade. And the low income has been hurt drastically by inflation. Gas prices have come down. Food prices are coming down. So as long as they have a job, if we were to say who's going to lose their job, I don't think it's going to be low income wage earners. I do not think that. I think
low. They're fine.
I know, that's what I'm saying. They know they're going to have a job. So put it like this. Let's say you make $20 an hour. You can spend all your money. Who gives a shit? You can always find a job in America to make $20 an hour right now.
I know.
You can't find a job to make $150.
No, but here's what is interesting, because I know I go to like a few places in LA, and I know all the waiters and busboys and bartenders. They work so freaking hard.
Yeah.
They start at 8 a.m. at one place, then they go to another place at 2 p.m. and they end at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
They make 6 figures.
Yeah. Make real money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah. And even and the other thing to keep in mind when you go to your call it mid-tier upscale restaurant, not when you go to a Atrid property, they have tons of staff, service is amazing. When you go to the tier below that, where the prices are still expensive, but the service is not there. So I go to a restaurant this weekend with kids and in-laws, Cantina Frida in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, I know.
Not a cheap restaurant.
No, very expensive.
Very expensive.
$30 for any dish.
$25 guacamole.
Yeah.
Guacamole for $25.
Yeah, I know.
So anyways, we go, it's 6 of us. We wanted to watch, we just wrapped baseball game. Everyone's in their uniform, whatever. We go to watch the Clipper game. I wanted to watch the end of the Clipper game. We go sit down, eating food. Can't order water, can't order drink. Finally we come, we order.
Great TVs at that place.
That's why we go. The TVs are amazing. And anyways, we sit there for 2 hours. Poor girl had no help. Our bill was enormous because, we're there for 2 hours drinking, eating. She got a great tip. But there's no other waiters. There's 2 waiters in the entire restaurant. It's a huge restaurant.
Yeah, it's big.
And it's Saturday night. Saturday night, 2 waiters. So yeah, she's going to make up a bunch of money, but restaurants are so understaffed wherever you go.
I think understaffed is because people don't want the jobs.
Maybe.
I mean, why wouldn't you want to make 6 figures bartending and being a waiter at a restaurant? I don't get that. Like, you think about your average college graduate.
Yep.
UCLA, USC. They're going to go take a $50,000 marketing job, but they don't want to grind 16 hours and make 6 figures.
Yeah, everyone wants the sexy job. Yeah, I think that's a general. Yeah, I think there's been I don't know. I feel like there's still people that want those jobs as hospitality jobs.
But I know the people at all these restaurants in Beverly Hills, they're not UCLA and USC grads, and they're making way more money than they are.
Like an entry-level job out of college.
It's $50K.
Yeah, 50, 60K.
Max.
No, not max. In New York,
no, if you're a banker, you're sure.
No, not even banker. I think if you worked at, like, I interviewed a product manager that got like low 6 figures out of college.
But he must have had experience in the business.
He's a college grad. There's internships and shit, not real. Like,
what was his experience in the realm
really
of
smart.
product management?
Really smart.
Okay.
Very smart kid. But, he got.
But, I mean, you're talking about the elite of the elite.
Yeah. So, but my point is you're probably right that people don't want the jobs. And then the college educated group, obviously, if you went to college, you're probably like, I'm above this. Yeah. But I do think that'll reset in a tough time where people like someone made a meme, when in Big Short where Steve Carell's like, this is the bottom, or like when he's the strippers buying the house or whatever, he makes the call
on the way out of Miami.
Yeah. So someone made a comment. I had a blonde white woman as my Uber driver. This is the bottom. So I think I think there will be a shift as real unemployment actually hits, because the white collar person that's losing their job, as long as they can keep getting another one, they're not going to change their behavior. Because right now they can. It's tough. It's not easy, but you can. You might have to move to a different city. Like you may not get the job in San Francisco or New York or LA. Maybe you got to go to Dallas. Right. But you can get the job.
Yeah. People are going to have to make tough decisions.
Well, the Fed, and this is an indication of the economy, they held interest rates steady today. Mm-hmm. And basically their read on the economy is like, no need to do anything right now. There are stagflation risks, and there are other micro risks in the industry, in the market, but like, we're too early to decide if we should make a change.
Yeah. So Powell basically said interest rates are going to stay stagnant, and inflation's coming. Unemployment, we're worried about. We don't know what to do. Yeah. That's what I gathered from his press conference.
Yeah.
And what's concerning is that Trump said today the 145% tariff is staying.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not bending. China claims they started talking to him.
Yeah, but and China agreed that they're talking. How hot would it be if a deal gets done when I'm there? Celebration in the streets.
Look, I think for the stock market it'd be great, but I think small businesses are still going under.
I don't know yet. It's hard to, I can't tell yet. I think everyone's going through a lot of pain right now, but I don't know if it's lights out yet.
I mean, you know this. We know this. We've all manufactured. You can't have 145% increase in goods.
That if that happens long term, then short term.
I had a bet with Avi.
What's his bet?
He wanted 90 days. I said 60 days.
What?
That whether he's going to buckle. Trump.
The thing is, what if he buckles and the tariffs are 50%?
I mean, think about
that was the number.
All right, think about
originally when we talked, your friend said 50% is the number.
They want 20, I think.
Who?
That's what I gather from
the team.
Yeah.
The industry.
Yeah.
But it's good. That mean, and a lot of people think it's going to land at 50. 50 is a big fucking number.
Yeah, it was a good conversation at dinner last night. I wish you were there.
I'm sure it's good content.
Yeah, it's very good.
Locker room talk. Moving on. The other big news in tech was Apple came out. Apple, who, hasn't done jack shit for the longest time. And they're basically saying that they are going to, they don't believe search will exist and that AI will kill search.
Yeah.
And things like ChatGPT, now Perplexity, and that Apple basically is all in on AI, and it's probably through either OpenAI or one of these partners where because I think Apple pays Google because of the default search on their browser. I think like $10 billion a year, something crazy like that. Or Google pays Apple, or Google pays Apple.
Yes, Google pays Apple to be.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
So for Apple to make that comment publicly, that means they think they can get that money somewhere else. Because you're not.
So Google stock's down 10% today.
Yeah, which is what, $100 and something billion?
Yeah, it's a $2 trillion company that's down 100 and some odd billion.
It's $2 trillion. It's now 1.8.
Yeah, so that's $200 billion.
Yeah, insane.
I think the AI race is so curious because I really don't know who wins. Does everyone win?
I think everyone gets a lift. I think ChatGPT is the Uber, is the Xerox. That is what you call it. They won. They won the brand. They're the winner. They're the fucking winner. Microsoft's the biggest winner because their ridiculous deal they signed with them where they get like for 50 years or whatever, obscene amount of, they said they're going to make like $300 billion of cash or something on the deal. Estimated. Something crazy like that over the lifetime of this deal. OpenAI is no longer can be a profit business.
Yeah.
So that's now put aside. So we don't have to worry about that. So the real financial benefit will come to, I think Microsoft's the ultimate winner. I think all tides will rise with the AI revolution. But search versus AI, ChatGPT is the winner. I don't think there's a close second.
Well, Gemini, Grok, you don't think so?
No.
It was funny. One of your employees, he showed me that he just put a prompt in ChatGPT and it built an app.
Insane.
It built like comparing costs of different products across the internet because obviously that's your business.
Yeah.
Like what's the cheapest? Yeah. Where do you need to be in the market?
Yeah.
And he's like, look, he showed it to me.
I think ChatGPT purely wins. It is the brand. It's the first mover. It is what the world is when it talks about AI. They talk about ChatGPT, and I think Google will have AI embedded in all of their products, and they will get a benefit. But if I were just to compare, I think people said search at Google is 50% of their revenue. Google will be fine. That revenue it'll be a slow death on the search side. That's my predict. Because like I was looking at our site, analytics, there's traffic coming from ChatGPT now. A year ago, no one came from ChatGPT.
For Ghost?
Yes.
So how are they finding you guys?
They're searching like, I want to buy wholesale inventory or excess, or I want to sell. And Ghost is coming up. And so I went and go checked some of the brands on the brand side we do. I was like, is any traffic coming from ChatGPT? And it is. And so it's like,
So it's random small business people that are trying to find inventory, and they put it in ChatGPT and Ghost shows up.
I mean, it could be the CEO of a brand that says, hey, I have too much excess inventory. What are some good ideas on how to get rid of it? Oh, have a pop-up sale, do a sample sale, maybe reach out to Ghost.
Interesting.
But like, I see traffic now coming from these channels, and that, if I'm Google, that's not good.
That's why they're down 10%.
Rightfully so. I think they're pricing that like the rest of their business is the future, and this search business is just going to be less valuable, because I don't think it can grow at the same clip that it's been growing, unless it's like one of these things where like the older generation just will continue to search. They'll never use ChatGPT.
There was a tweet I saw that someone put in, I don't know if it's ChatGPT, I don't know if it's Grok, it's one of the AI agents. They put in year to date, here are the stocks that I want to invest in, and they outperformed the S&P by like 45%.
Wow.
The AI agent.
But they said what stocks to? Or
yeah, the AI agent told them like, hey, this is what you should invest in.
I got to do that. That's huge.
And I think that's going to be common.
Yeah.
The AI agent can figure out
anything. It's great. I think the other thing on Google has a diversified enough of a business. Well, they're going to be fine. You know, think about all the revenue streams they have with YouTube, and my favorite business, they have Waymo.
Waymos are everywhere.
The whole damn street in LA is Waymos. It's only
they have 500% growth year over year.
It's going to have 1,000,000% growth. It's going to open up a new audience. I think elderly and children are going to start taking it because it's safer. No one trusts like the random Uber driver. They trust a robot.
You know, our friend who has a kid that's looking for a summer internship.
Yeah.
And
like a high school student?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, I said, you should just be a bellman at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Yeah. Hot job.
Or Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Like one of these hot hotels.
And meet everybody.
You meet everyone.
Yeah.
I was like, it's no brainer. I wish I did that when I was 17.
You'll also see like, you'll get a real good.
Yeah. You get a pulse on what's going on.
What you should be spending your time on. Like, what do you do for a living? Yeah. I need to do that.
I think it's the best job.
Yeah. It's a fun job. I mean, I might do that now. You know how many people you meet?
You meet everyone.
Yeah. Especially at those hotels. Like Beverly Hills Hotel. I bet you the bellman's been there 30 fucking years. That job probably makes $200,000.
Yeah, they're making a fortune.
They tip.
Yeah.
People just give 20s. Just hand them out. Hundreds, 20s. I see how rich people are when they walk around and just throwing out cash.
I think it's the best job. For anyone, if you're in any city with 5-star hotels, just go be a bellman, valet, any of these
I like it.
Things.
All right, moving on. Revolve announced their earnings yesterday.
Nice.
And man, it is so impressive what they're doing. So all of their sales were up, which is, so analysts had expected their sales to grow, and which, you know, I think like to understand how tough of a environment it is to grow your sales right now is incredibly impressive. But sales were up 10%, net sales over year. Gross profit was up. Gross margin is still 52%, which is really high in retail. And the business overall is really healthy. Costs are contained. Margins are good. They're profitable. All the good things. The stock did drop, which I'm really surprised. And here's the most interesting thing about where Revolve and Forward sit. So if anyone's following retail, Hudson Bay owned Saks. Saks just did a deal where they acquired Neiman's. Hudson Bay went bankrupt. Saks cannot pay their bills right now. So typically the payment terms of a retailer are 30 to 60 days. Saks came out a few months ago and said, hey, we know we owe everyone money. We're going to pay everyone back over the next 12 to 15 months. Slow payment terms with everyone. And so if you're a mid-sized brand or a small brand, Saks is unsellable of a retailer. The big luxury brands control their inventory within those stores. So they own the inventory. They're getting paid as they sell shit. So they're not worried about the payment terms of Saks. So those big brands are keeping Saks basically afloat at this point. But there's a chance Saks and Neiman Marcus do not exist.
Because they can't afford the...
How many more times do these companies have to go bankrupt?
Because they can't afford the lease payments for their store.
Yes. They're just not doing a business.
Cost.
They don't have the margins. They don't have any... They're poorly run businesses. So then I look at a business like Revolve and Forward, which is targeting that Saks customer. They have the same brand mix, except for like, okay, they don't have the LVMH brands. Maybe they...
So what do you think I have no idea.
Yeah.
What the rent cost, because Revolve obviously is at the Grove right now, and I think they're launching. I walk by it all the time. Versus like Beverly Hills.
I think the rent at Grove is per square foot higher. Who the fuck is walking around the Saks in Beverly Hills?
But then you see like Aloe and all these other stores that are in Beverly Hills.
Yeah, but they're like, being across the street where Saks is no man's land. That one street cross. Where Aloe is where everyone's having lunch. Everyone's doing all the other shopping.
Yeah.
I think, look, the luxury industry.
Because Aloe's in Grove too.
And I bet you the Grove store does more business. If you were going to open a retail store today targeting luxury shoppers, where are you opening?
I'd probably do the Grove.
Grove.
Not
Gucci.
Beverly Hills.
Did you see the store Gucci?
Yeah. I see the Gucci store.
It's massive. They know.
What do you think? So separately, like tourism's down because of all the nonsense that's going on.
And so that affects Saks big time.
Do you think it affects the Grove? That's a tourist destination. I'm like one of the few people you go, but a lot of like locals don't go.
Grove's unstoppable.
You think so?
Yeah. It's like the U.S. military. Unstoppable.
I mean, I go every weekend.
Here's the thing. The Grove doesn't just attract out of country tourists. It attracts local tourists.
Like who's there right now? It's what, 1:30 p.m.?
I guarantee you Farmers Market is packed.
Farmers Market is locals?
Yes.
Grove is tourists.
Yeah. I don't know what... I mean, I would guess retail is down there just because the entire industry is down. But I doubt foot traffic is really down. I don't think Disneyland foot traffic is down.
So they're opening in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah. Booming. Shake Mickey. But yeah, I think when you look at a business like Saks, look at New York City. They have a Saks Fifth Avenue on Fifth Avenue. Fifth Avenue is a tourist place.
You go to New York a ton. Is Fifth Avenue a thing still?
Yeah, there's tourists.
Like Europeans and Asians?
Yes. All tourists. They're still packed with tourists. But like, if you're cool and young, you're shopping downtown. You're not shopping
Soho and Tribeca.
Yeah, you're shopping in Soho. You're shopping West Village. You're shopping. There's so many other pockets. And I think a place like Saks, while an incredible name brand, great product, great merchandising, they're kind of the old guard that isn't relevant to young people. Like the young people that spend on luxury today, they don't walk into a Saks Fifth Avenue. You could go to Soho, West Broadway, go to the Amiri store or whatever brand that you love, and go to their monobrand store and buy whatever the fuck you want. And online is where a lot of these people want to shop.
Right.
That's why I'm like very bullish on what Revolve is doing. If Saks and Neiman's really fails, they're such pole position to capture luxury, especially on the forward side.
No, I think Revolve will crush at the Grove. Crush.
Yeah, I think I think they can easily open up 10 stores, super stores that do a shit ton of volume in those like you could do Dallas, you do Aspen, you do New York, you probably do 2 in New York. You could do Miami,
Tokyo,
Vegas. Like Vegas Revolve would probably crush.
Yep.
And that's good. You do your global stores and you're done. And then you drive more and more people to the online experience, which their shipping is unbelievable. And when I buy stuff from there, it's like one day, next day it gets to my house. So I'm excited for them.
All right.
Go ahead.
Talk about your China trip. Where are you going?
I'm in Hong Kong.
Yep.
I
know we talked a little bit about Sunday, but I want to hear more.
Yeah. So I go to Hong Kong for 2 nights, meeting with retailers, brands we work with, traders in the industry that we work with. So pretty action packed with meetings. Then we head to Guangzhou. We're taking the train, bullet train. We're there for 2 nights. Same meeting with the big Chinese retailers that are based in that area. Then we're in Shanghai at a conference for what one of our investors is hosting. And Cathay is hosting. And
what's the conference?
It's like their LP. It's like their AGM.
What's AGM?
It's like your annual, I don't know, gathering. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Google what AGM is. That's what they call it. I think it's like an annual something.
You gotta put in AI.
Yeah. No, it's like their
annual gather meeting. That's what I've guessed.
Annual general meeting.
General
there
meetings.
You go.
So
Got it.
So they have their AGM, and so their investors, their portfolio companies, all those will go. So that's Thursday afternoon, Thursday night. Friday meetings with people in Shanghai, and then I'm home.
Do you have any concerns of being in China, given that we're at war with them?
It's a great country, great people over there.
You have to say that. They're going to AI you.
Yeah. Great people. At
customs, I was telling a few of your employees, I was like, they can just put in AI and see what Dee says.
Yeah. I've said great things too. I've said a lot of nice things.
Great things. Great things.
Great people in China. Fabulous people.
So are you excited or nervous?
I'm excited. Yeah. I used to go so much.
I know you've been a ton.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see what's happening, and I'm excited to learn. Like, I'm hearing business is good there.
Well, Trump's saying the opposite, that they're getting crushed.
Yeah, it's the same thing. What's happening is China believes we're struggling. We believe they're struggling.
So you'll be boots on the ground.
Yeah, I'll be a conversationalist. I'll ask around. I'm talking to a lot of locals.
So you're leaving tomorrow?
Friday morning.
Your employees leave Thursday. I connected them with my friends in Hong Kong.
They're young. They can go hang out, do whatever. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm curious to see the vibes on the ground.
So Brian Wu, you're gonna see.
I'm gonna hit up Brian. He just texted me.
Because I told him you're going.
So I'll hit up Brian.
Ask him. He would know.
Yeah.
He owns a bunch of restaurants, right?
Yeah. Everyone's doing fine. I think Europe is fucked. That's who's really struggling.
Tourism, not.
Yeah.
But sure, the countries. I saw 10,000 millionaires left London this past year.
London's in a tough.
I think London's fucked.
Yeah. Well, I think like when you look at it from the lens of like an immigration challenge of Europe, they have to get a control on that, because that demographic shift that's happening, those locals are going to give up and leave.
Because in London, what I've heard from friends is everyone that's was a professional business person, they're all leaving.
Yeah.
And I said, where are they going? And they're like Monaco, Dubai,
Portugal,
Milan. Apparently,
really
is a spot. I didn't know that. I heard that last week.
I go to Milan a lot. I don't know what. There's a lot of companies there. Like Facebook has an office.
They don't like the tax rates in London.
Yeah.
So they're just moving to all these different cities.
You can live Milan is shockingly, insanely affordable. Right when you leave that little pocket of the city, Italy is affordable.
Yeah.
Like you can live an insane life in Italy if you have an American style job. Interesting. I think the most fascinating thing about the earnings that came out today, DoorDash,
Yep.
profitable, announces 2 mega acquisitions, SevenRooms, which is a hospitality software business, and Deliveroo.
Yeah. Tony's a good
I know, but like
founder.
You know, one of the things you said M&A was dead. People are swinging because even Skechers got acquired for $9 billion.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cash on the sideline.
I think, no, there's unlimited liquidity in the sidelines.
Yeah.
It's just when they decide to deploy it.
Yep.
And they find situations like the Skechers.
Yeah.
3G Capital, which bought Skechers. It's one of the greatest private equity firms in the history of the world.
Yeah. They did a lot of fast food, right?
They did Burger King. But they're really what they do, what they're going to do to Skechers, cost cut the fuck out of them.
Yep.
And make it profitable even more.
Well, they're profitable.
I know they're profitable.
Yeah.
But my point is they're just going to
I mean, Skechers is one of those businesses, you know, it's unbelievable that they're a $9 billion company. It's fucking crazy.
3G is going to crush it. I guarantee you this is an insane acquisition.
It's a home run.
And it's shocking how many people wear Skechers.
Everyone wears Skechers. I'm telling you, like, there's such a existential crisis happening at Nike. Like, they're feeling heat from so many angles. Like, I never thought I would see a day where Nike could potentially be defeated.
Ant-Man's Adidas?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah. Cooper Flag, New Balance. Shohei,
Curry's
New Balance.
Under Armour.
Who?
Curry's
Under Armour.
Is there any star? Nike?
LeBron.
Well, he's
KD.
gone. No, I'm saying for the playoffs.
Oh.
Tatum.
Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
He's a Jordan guy. I don't know who else.
But if you don't have an Ant-Man, you don't have Curry, you don't have...
Yeah. Maybe Jalen Brunson.
I know New York loves him, but
Yeah,
he's
no one
not
cares.
he's not from the product.
I don't know. But I think I like the aggressive move by DoorDash. Like, let's go swing for the fences when everyone is scared. And I like 3G's move buying. Like, I do think, like, I think things are priced really well right now. I don't think they're cheap, but I don't think they're, if you're confident that the economy is going to be stable, this is it's a great time to be making acquisitions.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And DoorDash is, I mean, everyone just, I'm sure you, at the conferences you go to,
everyone
he's the
talks
guy.
about him. Yeah, it's impressive. And then Uber bought something too, right? Uber bought like a Asian food delivery service too. I don't know, but even them swings to a profit, bookings growth, missed on revenues a little, but I mean, the fact that ride sharing and food delivery people are spending money on
DoorDash $75 billion. I just looked it up.
I don't understand who's still door dashing, who can't. I don't do it anymore. Fucking cannot do it. It burns me so much unless I have to do it.
But then you go to and spend $1,000 on a dinner.
But here's the difference. I'm getting the experience. To get cold, soggy food, I can't do it. I'll go to the restaurant and spend the money. I have no problem. And by the way, if you don't do pick priority, you're like the 14th stop.
So here's the hack. My one of my best friends who was the CEO of Postmates, he's like, do not ever put the priority.
Why?
He goes, that's just the hack. They're just trying to upcharge you.
They just charge you and you don't have.
Yeah, he's like, just do the regular.
Yeah, but you do get it in a faster time. I've ordered food where I'm like, the guy's like making 73 stops. You gotta go to Ralph's, you gotta go to Burger King.
He lectured me. He was like, don't fine. Don't spend the extra $3. It's $2.99, I think.
$1.99 usually.
Yeah. He's like, don't do it.
It's just cash.
He's like, we're just
milking.
Yeah, price gouging you.
I believe that. I've done it at least 100 times.
Yeah, I typically did it until he told me.
Okay. All right, let's move on to winners, losers content. Anand, who's your winner of the week?
My winners are close friend Omar Benson Miller.
Sinners.
Sinners. It's one of the few movies that whatever they did the first week in the box office, they matched in the second week. That's really rare to do. Typically, it's like a 20, 30% drop.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw it, and I actually want to see it again because I think it's
IMAX?
I know I went to IPIC. But it's a very complex movie, and I think I need to re-watch it because I don't think I understood everything.
Yeah, there's like a lot of meaning, right?
Yeah, and Ryan Coogler, USC. So shout out to USC.
Yep.
And Michael B. Jordan, who we've known forever. He plays two different characters in the movie, which is very
cool.
impressive.
Yep.
And it's an awesome movie. Cinematically, like even though I don't think I understood all the meaning of the whole movie, cinematically, it's absolutely insane.
Yeah. I can't wait to see it.
Don't watch it on a plane.
I know, that's my problem.
Go to a movie theater.
Yeah, I gotta go to a theater.
It would be terrible on a plane.
Yeah. Most of the movies I watch are pretty terrible on a plane. They're pretty.
But no, he's
okay. I'm excited.
Coogler, Omar, Michael B. It's like, obviously, I don't know Ryan Coogler, but we know the other two. But
yeah,
it's fun to see that they just absolutely crushed.
Yeah, I hope it becomes like a series.
Yeah,
which would be awesome. Congrats, Omar. My winner, I really dislike Sam Altman.
Yeah,
I hate him.
Really?
Yeah. He really rubs me the wrong way. Actually, I don't want him to rub me at all. But he's winning. He's fucking crushing everyone. OpenAI, ChatGPT is fucking.
So your company subscribes to all the different platforms, or just
only ChatGPT? I think engineers, I don't know what they do. They use different stuff. On the revenue side, we're ChatGPT. People will try other things. I've seen it on their screen, but dude, even me personally, I paid $20. Fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like I wanted, for my kid's school, I was at the school the other day. We had to go on Sunday and I was looking at the merch. I was like, oh, I wonder if you could design it a little differently. And I just snapped a picture, put it in ChatGPT, designed it in 5 seconds. And I just showed it to the lady at the school. I'm like, this would be a cool idea. That's insane. It's just like, I just think that like that first mover advantage of being ChatGPT, the brand of AI is ChatGPT. He won.
You think he won?
He won.
You think he beat Google?
I think he won. Gemini's not even a good name.
But now Apple announced AI.
Yeah, I think Apple will just be a partnership. They never did search. I think Apple they're just go to the highest bidder. ChatGPT, you want this now? Google pays us $10 billion a year. He pays 15. The guy obviously he's a nonprofit. Might as well spend the fucking money. I don't understand how he has money. Like he makes money off of this.
I mean, he's a billionaire before this.
Sure, but like this probably $1 trillion company.
Yeah, I mean, it was 330.
Okay, but what does that mean? 330 in your nonprofit. What is that where does that 330 go?
I don't know.
There's something fishy. How are you investing in this company that's I know there's like 2 vehicles, but it sounds like the core technology is in the nonprofit. I don't understand how it works. The whole
I have
thing.
No idea. I'm sure they're making money. They're very savvy at this.
Oh, I know.
It's like charities, right?
Yeah.
People are making a fortune.
Yeah.
What's the buy to baby? What's it called?
Baby
you know what I'm
baby?
talking about? Yeah, baby. Someone's making a fortune on that.
I'm sure the CEO is making some money. A lot of charities, unfortunately don't go to the cause.
Yeah.
But OpenAI is not a charity.
Yeah.
It's just nonprofit. But that's my winner. Loser.
No, I have another winner.
Oh.
I'm not doing loser.
Okay.
We're being positive today.
Okay.
Kai Cenat.
Okay.
He was at the Met Gala after party.
Oh, yeah. I saw clips. So funny.
He didn't go to the actual Met Gala because he said he didn't like the brand that was wanting to sponsor him.
Yeah.
But he's incredible.
Yeah.
And he's streaming the whole time with Pharrell and Kim Kardashian. And he just said, like, you know what? I don't like this party. It's too bougie. It's not my scene. And the authenticity of him is so amazing.
Yeah.
And it's obviously why he resonates so well. Everyone, like Bieber DM'd him and said, I want to be on the stream.
That's insane. That'd be blockbuster.
But I love Kai Cenat, and I'm just very, happy for his progress.
Great. I have a loser. It's LA sports. Lakers suck. Clippers blew it.
Dodgers are hot.
I know, but Dodgers doesn't matter till October.
True.
I'm not engaged in like regular. My kids now watch it, but like I can't watch like.
Yeah, I mean it's too many games.
500 games. It's just too much. And we know they're gonna make the playoffs and they'll be fine, but like it's so annoying to just watch these loser basketball teams both lose.
Yeah, it sucks.
Lakers is less than 5. At least Clippers.
Lakers in 5.
Yeah, Lakers. I really think the downfall of Shannon Sharp and the Lakers were tied. That's my conspiracy.
I mean, Shannon Sharp is actually the loser.
Oh, a loser of life.
Yeah.
Mine's a loser of the week.
He was on top of the
2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now his life's over. He has no career.
No, he had $100 million podcast deal, which won't happen.
I think he will continue to go on YouTube. He will make money. I think he'll make a lot of money. Ads, this, that. But he's not going to be a TV commentator ever again.
No, he can't be on network television.
No.
No chance.
No. Content?
Ironically, Little Bow Wow on Shannon Sharp's podcast.
That's your content? You're still supporting the Predator.
I see the clips. I haven't watched the full episode, but like Little Bow Wow was famous at like 13, 14. Yeah. And
I used to watch him on 106 in Park.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We all did. And it's fascinating to see like a child star and their journey.
Yep.
And I think he was pretty honest and like just telling what he went through. And, we've seen Bieber, we've seen Bow Wow. Like, it's not easy being that famous at 13.
No. Bieber famous is...
And Bow Wow was that famous.
Yeah, probably when he was young.
Not as Bieber famous, but whatever.
Yeah, very popular.
It's very popular. Yeah. And seems like he got through it.
Yep. Good. That's good to hear. I know a lot of these guys it's a horrible life.
Yeah.
But that's good to hear. My content, there's a lot of rumors on the internet around Epstein files. Pam Bondi is saying that they're going through all the content. It's pretty crazy. I still have hope these Epstein files are going to come out.
But what are the files? What are we looking for? We already know who went on the plane.
Yeah, I think we want. They said there's videos.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there's videos.
That's what everyone is claiming, that this guy videotaped everybody.
Similar to Diddy.
Yes. Diddy
trials.
Yeah, that's gonna be hot content.
That's big content.
Yeah.
I think it's day 3 now.
But it's not televised, right?
No, it's not televised. On Breakfast Club, I don't know who the woman's name is, but she's on with Charlemagne. She's there every day and podcasting about the trial.
Okay.
She's my journalist.
Yeah. She's like, there's a lot of these reporters that became famous during The Simpsons.
She said she couldn't even get into the courtroom. It's overflow.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, they should do it at Madison Square Garden. Sell tickets. Diddy trial would sell out Madison Square Garden. I would buy a ticket. If I was in New York, be like, I have nothing to do. They should start at 6 p.m., serve drinks.
Yeah.
Make it a circus. You'd probably raise $1 billion for the city of New York. You would sell it every night.
So right now, from my understanding, is they're interviewing jurors. and they're trying to figure out who's going to be objective.
Yeah.
Who's going to be objective?
Yeah, I'd be like, oh, I never heard of him.
Yeah.
Everyone has heard of him. Everyone knows the song.
Do you think he gets out? I think he might. I honestly think he might.
Yeah, of course. You've got good enough lawyers. He's going to have the best. He's got the money.
I mean, OJ got out.
OJ was apparently innocent by the court of law. All right, moving on. YouTube comments. First one, at DeCarter712. I took my senior pictures in 2011 in YNR, wore the blue Drama Beach shirt. I've been a day one listener, and it's been awesome hearing all the stories. Oh, that's awesome. That Drama Beach shirt was a big hit. We probably sold like 1 million units of that. Shout out from Sergio. Big shout out to my brother Double O on the new baby. We've been loyal Kathy's for like 7-8 years now. Even got our own group chat about the pod. I'm proud of everything he's been doing, killing it in his career, buying a new home, and now starting a family. Man's out here winning in life. Congrats, Double O. All right, Kathy's. Have a wonderful Mother's Day.
Yeah. Well, we'll be recording on Mother's Day.
You guys will be recording on Sunday.
Oh, yeah, you're in China.
Yeah, I'll be in China. Great people over there. Fabulous people. Love the food.
Make sure they see that at customs.
Yeah. Love the people.
Send the content.
Great tariffs. I'll try to see, depending if the timing works, if I could even do 10 minutes from the hotel.
Yeah, because Sunday at 7:20 would be...
Probably Monday morning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have an early Monday meeting.
It'd be 10 a.m.
Yeah, I'll be awake. So we'll try to see if I can log in. I won't be able to log in from China, but I can do the Hong Kong one. All right, Kathy, stay safe. Enjoy the weekend.
You should stay safe.
I'm going to be great. I might become like a dignitary when I leave that place.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you. Shisha.